Hi there, Casey Schwartz with Schwartz Legacy Planning. In honor of International Women's Day and Month, I wanted to do a little video series that's geared especially towards the ladies. So, some things that women need to know about estate planning and finances. First of all, women typically outlive men, and we all know that, but what does that mean? It means that there are special considerations that we need to make in order to have finances that we can live on for a longer period than our spouses. Here are some other things to think about. First, not only do women live longer than men, but women also make less than men, and they also tend to make less over the span of their careers due to considerations of motherhood and taking time out of the workplace to care for children, which results in less amounts of money in savings, less money paid into Social Security, lower retirement accounts, and things like that. Another thing to consider just in wake of the pandemic is that women have been largely affected by the pandemic in that they have taken time out from their careers in order to stay home with their children and manage the virtual schooling. And so that is a big consideration to consider. So I have a few solutions. Solution number one is the Kids Protection Plan. The Kids Protection Plan is something special that we do here at Schwartz Legacy Planning that not only protects your children in a long-term scenario if you and your spouse pass away, but also provides protection in a short-term emergency scenario. So think you and your spouse go out on a date and you leave your children home with a babysitter and something happens in the meantime and your babysitter doesn't know who to contact and it calls the police, and then your children are taken into a foster care situation. We want to prevent that from happening. So we create short-term guardians, which is a comprehensive plan that prevents your children from ever going into the care of strangers for any period of time. The Kids Protection Plan also allowed you to create instructions to a babysitter, instructions to your guardians for long-term parenting guidelines, as well as medical powers of attorney for your children and ID cards for your wallets for first responders to be able to identify those short-term guardians and get in touch with them if something happens to you. Stay tuned for the next solutions. But if you do not have guardianship nomination forms in place right now, your family and your children are at risk. So I'm going to put my free guardianship nomination link in the comments, and you can get started with that right away. Stay tuned for more.